Hey guys, so in this video, we're going to actually start building out the layout of our app. And we're going to start with the home page. So we're just going to start, as you can see, we already added the header. All we needed to do was just drag and drop the header to the top of our view here. But we're going to go ahead and start designing the rest of the home page, at least. Just the basics of it. We won't focus on being perfect as far as alignment and the style of the application, just to show you how to use the bubble app. But nonetheless, let's get started. So the first things up, we want to set a hero image. So we already, in the last video, we added this header here. So you click the preview button and you can preview how the page looks. But we want to go ahead and add a hero section. So what I'm going to do is, of course, I can just add an image, but sometimes images don't have the right dimensions and don't fit the shape that we want. So one thing I like to do, just my personal preference, is select the shape and I can draw whatever shape that I want. And this comes from a background in web design. So what I'm going to do, instead of just adding a raw image directly on the page, is I'm going to design a shape to say the size that I want. And what I'm just going to do is set the background of this shape. Drag this down. So it snaps to the grid. There we go. And whenever we add elements to the design view, it's always a good idea to name those elements. So in this panel here, just click at the top and we could just give it a name, hero image, BG for background. And also, right now it's a gray flat color. I want to add an image as a background. So let's go to image. We already have a static image on my computer. So let's go ahead and upload that image. And image, click open. And there's the image. So it's a little off right now. So we can go ahead and click center the image. And there you have it. Now it's in perfect position for me. What I also want to do is create a background just to darken this image up a little bit, because we want to put some white text over it. It's already a light image. So let's go back to shape. So I'm going to do this and draw a shape over it. Let's go ahead, slide this left. What I'm going to do is just turn it black. Let's add some transparency. There we go. Looking good. Just to darken this image up a little bit, not too dark. Just enough to make some text pop. So let's call this hero transparency screen. Put this hero transparency. And that's good enough for me. Make sure it's aligned with the image itself. First, make sure the image is actually aligned. Snaps to the grid. There we go. Perfectly aligned. Now let's add some text. Top. Text says, find your Tennessee dream home. And we actually want to remove the style. So you can see it barely here in small text, but we're going to go ahead and remove the style. We can play with it a little bit more. So HTML tag for this element, we want to choose a H1 tag. And let's create the style, make it a little bit bigger. Let's try 30, 24, nope. 36 is good. Make it bold. We can choose some font styles here. It was 600. Make it a little bit bigger. This thing is not that responsive. That's good enough. Change the color, make it white. And let's center this. And that's all we need. Let's actually stretch the size of this. What I want to do is let's center horizontally. Cool. And let's actually go ahead and add a search bar. So we're going to add a search bar just below here. Let's go ahead and add this search box. Doesn't need to be too big. Change the placeholder text. Call it city. Now we're going to have to add a little bit more functionality to the search box, but we just making a layout right now. And let's get rid of that. We also want to center this horizontally. A little bit smaller. Bring this closer. Cool. And let's go ahead and hit the preview button. And that's how it looks. So that looks good to me. We can, of course, make this a little bit smaller. Yeah. Make it 250 pixels. Now it was a direct reflection. My one gripe with Bubble, not always the design view is not always a direct reflection of the preview. A little bit bigger. 360. Okay, done messing with it. Center horizontally. Okay, that's good enough. So let's move on to the Lotus areas. So that's just the main layout. I just wanted to go over with you guys how to add more elements to the page. We can hit the preview. We're going to talk about a little bit more functionality in the next video. So in the next video, we're going to talk about groups and how to group your elements together and align them. So nonetheless, stay tuned for the next video.